I know what you're doing. Christmas is over. The new year has arrived. And you're excited about 2017. But you're not excited about your job. You're not excited about your significant other. You're not excited about you. You are excited about video games. What a disappointment. But sure, there's plenty to be pumped for over the next 12 months and a bunch of returning franchises that will remind you when your life wasn't a roller coaster of disaster. But you're looking at all of this in the wrong way. And that's why I'm here with the real 7 most anticipated games of 2017. Number 7, Mass Effect Andromeda. Good grief, are people excited to play Mass Effect Andromeda? Forget the fact that Captain Shepard is gone, forget the fact that funny blue alien's not coming back, and forget the fact that the galaxy has already been saved. It's a major franchise and therefore just gets given a free pass. This is a problem though. Let's always remember the last Mass Effect game ended with babies the world over crying into their nappies because they weren't happy some ghost kid took charge. Yet all of a sudden, all is forgiven and we're ready for a new iteration. My question is why? The big mechanic in Mass Effect is chatting. That's it. Imagine that on the box. Have loads of conversations where you choose what to say. Of course you choose what to say. What the hell have you been doing in your real life? Waiting for place cards to be handed to you before you open your mouth? That is beyond stupid. I find it criminal that having a good old chinwag has pushed BioWare's RPG into legendary status and that some people are freezing themselves just to get through the next few months where they can't play it. I'm cancelling the anticipation for this now. It's unjustified. Like Randy Pitchford. Number 6, Yooka-Laylee. Are you kidding me? What in the name of triceps is this? A bat and a chameleon team up to try and take on a bee. And the bee is wearing a suit. I am genuinely insulted that anyone over 8 years old is excited about this. You may as well be excited about snacky time. What's worse is that this is literally the same game that was made almost 2 decades ago, apart from the fact the aforementioned animals were replaced with a bear and a bird. That's the only difference. And yet people are literally shitting themselves because they're so desperate to see what this is all about. Well, I can tell you right now, it's about nonsense that's meant for kids, and as a grown adult, you should be ashamed that you even looked it up. Do you look up Peppa Pig? Do you research In the Night Garden? I don't think you do. And yet Yooka-Laylee, a game that sounds like grammatical nonsense about a man who wants to lounge around, is absolutely fine. You've some thinking to do, Buster. And you better start doing it right now. Number 5, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I respect the fact that people are looking forward to a new Resident Evil game. What I don't respect is that Capcom is trying to kill people using fear. The 7th Resident Evil is horrendous. I know because I played it, and I played it with a virtual reality helmet strapped to my head. Aside from the fact it made me look like a budget version of RoboCop, it also scared me so much, I started to sweat. Now there's only one place people should sweat, and as we all know, that's the gym. I shouldn't be perspiring while I'm mucking around with fakeness. That would be like going to the cinema and being forced to waste calories. It's just not right. That is Resident Evil 7's whole reason to exist, however. It wants to create a world where you're so surprised and so shocked you physically scream out loud, like an animal. And let's face it, that's what you're being reduced to here. Nothing more than a subconscious being that can't control its own bladder movements. Didn't know that when you pre-ordered it, did you? You're nothing more than a dolphin swimming aimlessly and pissing yourself in the sea. Number 4, Cuphead. 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 What is this shit? Number 3, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Despite having the most confusing title in years, and I can only assume it's about the military observing an apparition in an inhospitable environment, which is just bizarre, I did go and watch some of the trailers. It actually looks quite good. For starters, I saw a lot of people with guns, so I liked that. But they also had a giant landscape to run around and a helicopter. It basically looked like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Predator, which we all know is one of the greatest movies ever made. The only real downside is Ubisoft's insistence that it has a multiplayer focus, and nobody wants to actually have to cooperate with people in a game. It's bad enough in the real world, what with their bodies and their faces, and even having to hear their voice makes me want to abandon the idea completely. As long as Wildlands ships with a mute option, however, all should be fantastic. So here's to a quiet 2017. Number 2, Sea of Thieves. When I think of pirates, I think of Blackbeard. I think of Sir Francis Drake. I think of Mark Zuckerberg. Real people who forcefully changed the world with force. My word, that's a lot of force. Why then does Sea of Thieves look like Sesame Street rocked up to Captain Pugwash's ship and asked if he'd like to join in the video game? This isn't what sailing the seven seas is all about. Where's the pillaging? Where's the plunder? Where's the peg legs? All I see is a bunch of cartoons looking confused as they fanny around in the ship. Worse still, the other pirates are controlled by real people. Think of that. If you were going to become a pirate, an actual pirate that would get up to all kinds of stuff, would you want a gamer to be on board? The same people that can't even fathom not spending money on pointless costumes in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4? I look forward to watching your boat sink to the bottom of the sea and get eaten by sharks. What a disappointment this is. Just as it seems that pirates are going to get a fair whack of the stick and not be represented by a man called Johnny, Rare takes them and throws them back in the hole. Number 1, Shenmue 3. The first time someone talked to me about Shenmue, I said bless you and handed them a tissue. Then I found out it was a real video game and my whole life changed. For the worse. This happened because my brain couldn't comprehend what I was hearing. Shenmue, a game where you walk around the streets of Japan looking at things, had developed a huge following. Worse than that, was coming back for the fabled third entry this group of nuggets had been desperate for. As of this video, it's slated for release in 2017. But there's as much chance as that happening as there is a nerd not going to see Star Wars Rogue One. Which means there is no chance. The biggest problem with Shenmue 3 is that it was crowdfunded. 69,320 backers pledged $6,333,295 to make this abomination a reality, not realizing that less than $7 million is not enough to make the game they want to receive. The original Shenmue cost $47 million to make, and that came out in 1999. By today's money, that would clock in at around $68 million. And you people are hoping your dreams come true from a paltry 7? Pull the other one, governor. This is why anticipating Shenmue 3 is a bad idea. You're literally hoping for disappointment. That may fly in your day-to-day life, but don't let it bleed into your Entertainment 1 too. Have some self-respect and have the realization that this is going to be about as useful as logic in an argument with a StarCraft fan. They're just never going to realize it's terrible. So there you go. You were excited, but now you're not. And if you are still excited, then you are on a one-way trip to Jerk City. And no, that's not a real place. That's me calling you a jerk. Happy New Year, jerk. I will see you soon. Now don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Miller Rapport episodes in the future, and then like, share, and leave a comment below.